Fiquei logo sem microfone, o que é bom. Acho que agora já está. Acho que agora já está. Olá pessoal, há muito tempo que a gente não se via. Vamos aqui jogar um bocadinho de Call of Cthulhu.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
Se calhar tenho que tirar a pastilha porque é desagradável, tá?
The other night's events are still confused in
Vocês
my head.
andam... Ficaram confusos? Olha, quem estou confusa sou eu com esta... Ai, Jesus! Então posso me ir embora, é isso? Vamos falar com a viúva Sanders. Está a perceber? Ou seja, o que está ali a dizer é que esta pessoa era muito amigo do Sarah. E era o homem que estava no... supostamente no asilo, que nós fizemos no capítulo anterior. Não sei se isto vai correr bem.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here.
Conhecemos? Não me lembro.
You know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island.
Tá certo.
It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry
Já
on
lá
later.
vou ter a
Very well,
Cat.
Miss Baker.
Miss Baker.
This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Ai, o outro ainda era mais maluco a fazer pinturas.
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack?
Sim, ele flutuou em
What
minha
happened?
frente. Ai.
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective.
Ela
Not
está-se a fazer
everybody
a mim,
enjoys
mas
such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you.
é
I'm
viúva.
tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
How did you come to meet Sarah Hawkins?
We were the wealthiest and most influential families on Darkwater. Of course we would know each other. And when Charles returned from Europe with his sweet little artist, she and her sinister paintings were destined to catch my husband's eye. He bought many of her works over the last 5 years. They adorn his macabre gallery.
May I ask you what Miss Baker is doing here? How do you know her?
My business with Miss Baker is private, Mr. Pierce.
Também acho.
But you do know what
Cut.
kind of business Miss Baker is in, don't you?
I am no fool. Please believe that much, at least.
Did your husband
Bora.
talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Ok.
The Shambler is a painting
É um
by
quadro.
Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
O que é que eu... Aqui um... Eu não tenho gasto muito, deixa ver. Aqui. Ok. É validar. O jogo salvou. Entretanto, eu vou só
The
explorar.
day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Será que é o céu? Aquele é o quadro. Lindo, é bonito.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally. What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting? He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? She didn't want Sanders to have the painting. She must have felt devastated. Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
Jesus credo.
The Shambler. I need to see it.
Certeza que.
Did she really care for him after all?
Aqui mais alguma. perdão, peço desculpa. Estou a soluço, graças. Ai, deixa lá que o teu marido também pintava uma bocado esquisitas. Eu tenho as minhas pintadas. Menina que ele plástico. Ai não, assim, pintava coisas esquisitas, quer dizer, se calhar são um bocado esquisitas realmente. Eu já vou ver o quadro.
Strange Amerindian pendant.
Não é aquele. O quadro não é.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing. I could use one of those.
Lá com as drogas. A baleia. Eu gostava de ler este livro. Um livro interessante. Ok.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I have a
Resposta bem
well-off
inteligente.
client in Boston who heard about the death of Francis Sanders.
É uma resposta
Wanted me to
inteligente.
size up his estate before making an offer to his widow.
Perfect, Detective. The pretext, the body language, I would have bought it if it was the first time I'd seen your face. You're a good talker, Pierce. Your story will do for the moment.
There's more than that, Miss Baker.
So people have been talking behind my back. I was almost beginning to like you, Mr. Pierce. But it stays cat for you.
You knew the Sanders?
Irene is a friend of mine.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
Já
I'm
percebi
here
que
on
ela é tua amiga.
business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network, and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
Vai ter que jogar este jogo outra vez todo para ver qual é o meu destino. Eu vou morrer por estar a pesquisar estas coisas. É porque... Oh, meu Deus do céu. Olha, o que é que andas para aí a ver? Alguma coisa interessante?
Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
Vamos lá então ver o quadro. Ai, Jesus. Ainda não está aqui.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Então ela é um Nathan Drake. Pior ainda. É só isso que tens a dizer. Olha, merda para ti.
These artifacts date
Jolly.
from pre-Columbian times.
Man! Não, eu não dormia numa casa destas.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Muito bonito. Mas eu acho que é para adorar. Porquê é que eu tenho que me esconder aqui? Vai haver merda. Vai, eu já sei. Eu já vou. Ai. Credo. Ah, mas a sério.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
E em mitologia, filho. Credo. Bem. Acho que é abrindo esta
The public
porta.
entrance to the gallery. The public entrance to the gallery.
E não é para entrar. Ah, tá ali. Heck. Ai, isto vai acontecer alguma coisa. Pronto. Pensar que o problema era o Cthulhu só, mas não. São todos os monstros. Ai, credo.